it is. Dancing in the videos, all on the records. Take that. Come to DJ Rick.
This face belongs on the tism.
Hey, what's good, man? This your boy BIGG Rick. We back with another episode of One-on-One with BIGG Rick. You know, where we talk that real shit, street shit, politics, whatever. We on here talking about everything. And this is the second week. I appreciate all y'all for tuning in last week when we had my daughter talking about the Beast games. But we going to just keep this going on and on. we going to keep it moving, keep it rolling. We here to stay. We here to stay. And I hope y'all been having a good week. You know, I hope y'all been having a good week, staying prayed up, you know. But we here now. We here for the second week. I got another special guest with y'all that I'm bringing, that's going to bring y'all the rawest, the realest, real stories. Nothing fabricated, you know. We got a special guest this week. He a pioneer, an icon. He's an icon. He from the south side of Chicago. Like, he done did it all. He done did it all, you know. He done did it all, been through it all, you know, got 600 plus records recorded. He started house music. We call it juke and house music. We got a special guest this week. A legend. We got DJ Slugo this week. I'm finna pull him in so we can see what's going on. What's up, big cuz?
Yeah.
What
up, cuz?
You know this pre-recorded. We can add all that. We go.
Oh yeah.
We gonna get it cracking, man. How you been, man?
Been good, cuz. Been good. Can't complain.
Yeah. Where you at? I see you in the studio right now, huh?
I'm getting my basement restructured, so I got all my little toys. You know, when I come downstairs, I got my crib set up where I ain't gotta go nowhere else. I just come downstairs and get to work. I got my mic. I got this stuff over here is like my record collections. Like these slide out, and then got the records and stuff in there. So
yeah.
So just my little away from everybody. Come down here and get away from everybody.
Your man cave, huh?
Yeah. My work cave.
Yeah, you be going in, man. Yeah. You a legend, man. So
thank you, cuz.
Before we get into the interview, man, like tell the people that don't know about you, probably be a handful. Tell the people like what you do. You know, tell the people who you are.
Well, just a kid from the south side of Chicago. Got my own genre of music called Ghetto House. CEO of a DJ crew, Blok Club DJs, and a full-blown workaholic. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I got over 500 plus song catalog. Just working, that's me in a nutshell. Just a work. Everybody that knows me knows I'm a workaholic. So, just a Chi-Town native, like from the crib. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, you love Chicago, man.
Born and bred. So it's hard to get away. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to get away.
I remember back in the days, I booked you to do a party in Milwaukee. You did all my stuff. You know, you did a lot of my parties in Milwaukee. I offered to get you a room. You wanted to get right back on the highway to go back to Chicago. You did not play. You wanted to get back to Chicago.
It's for me because it's like depending on the distance of where the party is. Like a lot of people, like I was just recently in Detroit, and I do the same thing. It's a 4 hour, and it's 4 hours. So for me, it's like I don't stick around because I always take into consideration that anything can happen. So
yeah,
let me get back to where I know where my safety is or whatever, what have you. And then like back in my younger days, I would stay a couple of days, but trouble would always find us. Some way, somehow we'll be in a city and just sticking around. Like it's really, if it ain't no money being made, I had to learn this in my career as I went. If it ain't no money being made or you doing no politicking or nothing like that in a particular, like if somebody might say, hey, we got an after party. I don't do after parties. But if they say, hey, we got a seminar or something that's happening the next day, then I'll go to the seminar because there's some people there I might meet in the room or something like that. But if it's like, I'm telling you, even with my family, when y'all say, hey, no, I'm gonna get you a room. Nah, because I ain't gonna be there long. You know what I'm saying? So it's like save your money, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna jump right back. If it's a 6 hour or less ride, I jump right back on the road. And I like driving. Everybody knows me, knows I don't mind driving.
You get out of there.
I get on the road myself. So, but I mean, really, sometimes it's not good to stick around because when you stick around, things can happen.
That's when the bullshit happens.
Yeah. Then going to those I'm real cautious of hotel rooms when I'm out of town. You know what I'm saying? Because you're vulnerable to whatever's going on in that city.
And it ain't your city.
So, it's like when it comes to those hotels, that ain't my thing. So if I can get back on the plane, like when I'm in these cities, I'll do the party at night. I'm back on the plane. Like my homies who be going with me, sometimes they like, man, we flying out 7 a.m. Yeah. A plane flying at 7 a.m, I'm on it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's not no party the next day. So what you came to do what you done, you did your work, you kicked it, or we just going to kick it. Once the kicking time is over with, if it's checkout time at the hotel, you need to be at the airport. You know
need to get out of there.
Yeah,
ain't nothing wrong with that though. Ain't nothing wrong with that because we done been on the road a couple times and shit happened.
Yeah, but it won't happen if you're not there.
If you're not there,
I've got plenty of calls of guys who stayed and they're calling back like, man, when you left, man, it went up. Oh yeah, that's crazy.
I was out of there.
I'm at the crib, y'all. It went up. Yeah. Some of the guys in jail. Oh, that's crazy. But yeah.
I'm looking at you. Oh, go ahead.
I just don't stick around, cuz. That's all.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
It say over your career, cuz you got 600 songs, 50 CDs, 15 albums, and 10 DVDs. Like, you was working nonstop, huh?
Yeah,
how did you get 600 songs?
The crazy part about it is that was wrote a while ago. Like, ain't no telling where I'm at now song-wise. Like, I try to do at least a song or two a day. Like, there's no reason for me not to. If I'm in this is what I don't understand about people. Like, why get all the equipment, you know what I mean, and then not use it? You know what I'm saying? Like, so every day, it's either I'm messing with the turntables, I'm doing a drum machine, or I'm doing something to either mix the song. I mix and master my own songs and everything. So I don't understand why people don't work every day. You don't know how much time you got left, so you got to work as if there ain't no tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Like how they said Tupac was, huh?
Every day. There's no reason for you not to. I mean, it's what I tell people all the time. If you say you're a musician and music is what you do, then I do it music is my 9 to 5. So if you miss a day of work and you go to work and you miss a day, whatever you getting paid hourly, you might as well 8 hours plus whatever it is you getting paid. You need to deduct that from your income because you didn't go to work. So I look at work I look at work the same way. Like, if I get up and just jag a day, what have I lost in that day in my career that I could have did something, to better myself or better my career or to feed my family? So get up and work every day, man. It ain't got to be heavy. Some days are heavy work, some days are light work, but get up and work. You know what I'm saying?
Get up and work, yeah.
Put the work in.
Let's take it back to the early days. Like, what was your first exposure to music growing up on the South Side? Your first, like, how did you get involved with this growing up on the South Side? Your first exposure, like, tell us about that.
Well, my actual first exposure to music was my family. It's my first experience of like quote unquote talent shows was right in the house. Like when company come over, we wanted to be Michael Jackson and all those people, things like that. So that was my first experience. And then, we have a multi-talented family. They were always into music. So it was always music playing. I didn't ever think that the Dusties that they would listen to would be something I would be enticed with. Or I'm looking like, man, why they keep playing this record on repeat? Like, why is you playing this record 4 times? And to find myself now listening to certain records and listen to one of my records 4 or 5 times, 6 or 7 times. I'm like, okay, when you like something or when you into that particular song, you know. But DJing wise, DJing was my first introduction into like the industry. I saw one of our cousins. He was DJing in the buildings, and I would see the parties, and I would see people flock to him. You know what I mean? Like, and I was looking like, man, for spinning records. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is he so popular? You know what I'm saying? All he do is play records. You know what I
How
mean?
old was you at the time? How old was you at the time?
I don't even think I was 4. I was maybe 13, 14, maybe 12, 12,
Oh
13.
wow.
Yeah, but I had already been seeing it way younger than that. It's just when he got into it, I'm looking at him like, you know, because he wasn't like no hood dude, nothing like, but he was super popular because it was him and 3 other guys. Well, actually 4 other guys. Him and 3 others, 4 of them, and they called themselves Kick Ass Productions. They had their own little crew, their own little equipment, everything. And I'm looking like, they was like, yeah, so Kick Ass Production doing the party. I'm looking like, yeah, my cousin one of them. And they looking like, man, they be throwing down. The parties be off the chain. I'm looking like, how is they that popular from spinning records? Until I went to one of the parties.
Yeah.
Said, oh, okay. So they, you know, I'm watching them control the crowd and everything. So I pulled them to the side. I was like, man, you got to teach me how to do that. And he was like, no, I'm only going to teach you if you're going to be serious. You know what I'm saying? You got to be serious about it. And I was like, I'm going to be serious. Just teach me. And he started teaching me. And then they threw a party one day, actually a picnic. And by this time, I was ready. I was skilled. Well, you know, he had already told me, you good, you ready. You should start going ahead and start getting your equipment. You ready. So I'm charged up. You know, he done charged me up. I know I'm ready. I'm ready. I want to show everybody now. They got this big picnic going on. Everybody's outside. And I say, hey, let me get on for like 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, you told me this. I remember this.
Yeah.
You told me
It
this.
was like, no. I'm like, no. I'm looking around like, what you mean, no? You know what I'm saying? Like, so they told me no. I went upstairs, got a pen and a pad, came back down and wrote down the names and the models of every piece of equipment. They wasn't like, and no disrespect to none of them, they wasn't really like super. I was educated, like super educated. School was my mom's didn't play about school, so that's why I was educated. It's like I went to school strictly for my mom. It's like, I'm gonna learn so you can leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? So
She was on your ass, huh?
yeah, the beat downs was serious. So I went and got a pen and a pad, came down, wrote down every piece, every speaker, every turntable they had, the mixer, all that. And I was like, okay, my goal now is to get all that equipment and stuff that they got, and then to become their competition. And I end up becoming
your cousin, huh? Our cousin. I don't even know. I ain't familiar with
Gino.
cousin
Yeah.
you talking about.
Yeah,
I probably never met him, but your own cousin, you was at his ass, huh?
They sent me on a mission. And when they told me no, I was like, you know, I wasn't used to somebody telling me no. I'm like, no, okay. You know, and I was like, all right, I need to get every piece of equipment they got, and then I'm gonna do because 3 of the guys, other than my cousin was from down there where I was from. He was from 49. He's from, the rest of them was from like 51st and 53rd.
Yeah.
So them being down there didn't even make sense, but they was the only DJs doing what they was doing at that time. So I was like, okay, since I'm from down here, I need to become their competition. Then the parties down here will be mine. So that's what I end up doing. I was like, I'm taking over. I'm gonna learn this stuff. I'm gonna learn this equipment, and then I'm doing the parties from now on. And then that's how I really started. You know.
Wow. So is them some of the people that inspired you though?
My cousin inspired me. He was
yeah,
totally my inspiration for DJing. You know, and then they put the fuel under me when they told me no. So it was like, okay, all right, okay, you know. So
you grew up in the Robert Taylor's. How was it growing up in your early years? You know, you was doing parties over there. I mean, was it rough? Like, how was it over there?
All the way up until the time I moved out, it was rough. Like,
wow.
But it grew me. It grew me because all of the stuff that I seen and experience and being in those buildings built me as a man. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
So,
exactly.
and it built my toughness. You know what I'm saying? So, and it built my competitiveness. Like I'm super when it comes to DJing and with production. I'm competitive. I want my beat to be better than yours. I want it to sound better than yours. I want
I
my
think we all
mixes to
got
be
that.
better than yours. Yeah. So
I think
it
we
it,
all
it
got that in us.
yeah, it built me as a man. So shouts out to the low end, the projects. I love it.
That's pretty. That's
I
pretty
mean,
unique.
would I want to go through some of the stuff I went through? No, but it built my character. It built me, it built my character. It shaped me as a man.
So you being from shape you. We know that. That's
Mhm.
how it is. Like
Mhm.
we know that.
Mhm.
So so when did you like make the transformation from, was you rap music first and went to house music, or you was always
So
house music?
no, I was a DJ. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so I could go to a party, and still to this day, I can go to a party and spend 6 hours and not play the same song once. So I can do a
Wow.
whole party by myself.
No,
A
no
lot of
other
DJs,
DJ.
no other DJ. I can do it by myself. 5,
Any
6 hours.
any type of music like
Any
R&B, rap.
any genre, any whatever it is. If I know, all I do is look at the crowd, see what type of crowd it is, get that feel, I'm gone. You know what I'm
So
saying?
you're a real DJ.
I'm a real. I ain't gonna. A lot of people be getting upset when you say that, but
Hey man, we keeping it real on there.
I'm a DJ. Like I take
Keeping it real.
DJing for me is it's not a hobby. It's a lifestyle. So I'm a DJ. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the real or phony DJ is. I do know there's some DJs out here that I be like, bro, that's not DJing. Like, but at the end of the day, I don't knock nothing nobody else doing. You do you. But at the end of the day, it's like that's why I don't have too many DJs that's gonna run up. It's like, bro, I can switch genres in a heartbeat. I
So
can
how? Go ahead.
I can start from rap, switch it to reggae, and then go to juke. Easy. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm talking about the transitions be, you don't even know we done led over here by the time I get through.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's a skill level. It's you gotta have that skill. Some
So
people
what?
are one trick ponies. They only can do house, or they only can do hip hop, or they only can do reggae, things like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just versatile with the DJ, but it opened my horizons on the production side too, because by me being familiar with all of that music, when I'm doing productions, I can incorporate all those different sounds into what I
Yeah,
am.
into one. Yeah. So what? Did you learn the technique of scratching too, or is it just
Yeah, I
music?
know I scratch too.
Oh, so you be scratching too?
Yeah,
Okay.
I can do all that. Well, it's like with my cousin Gino, he was like, if you're gonna learn DJing, you gotta learn it all, everything, the scratching,
Exactly.
the fade, and everything. You gotta know how to do all of it. So I when it comes to DJ and stuff, I know how to do it all. Like, and I don't think I've practiced in 10 years, maybe 10 years, 15 years. I
It's
haven't.
just in you though, huh?
It's you know how you know what your God-given talent is?
Yeah, exactly.
That's my God-given talent.
DJ.
I know what it is that God gave me to feed my family. And that's
Okay.
music and DJing and production. So
Okay, let's get into this. You had a breakout track, When You Like to Be a Hoe Too. Tell us the story of how this song became about. Where did you get the
it's simple.
motivation, the momentum to get this record? Like, this is a big record.
So the record is simple. And when I tell it to you, you're gonna get where I came from with it from. I had a favorite commercial back when I was younger, the Dr. Pepper commercial. That commercial used to come on, I should be doing this little stupid little dance with it and everything. And it's like, I'm a pepper, he's a pepper, she's a pepper, we some peppers. Wouldn't you like to be a pepper too? That's so I switched it up and made it hood. I'm a hoe, he's a hoe, she's a hoe, we some hoes. Wouldn't you like to be a hoe too? You know what I'm saying? So it
That's
came.
one of them ones, though, huh?
Yeah, it came one from the Dr. Pepper. It was inspired from the Dr. Pepper commercial. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of people, when I tell them the story, they be like, what? I'm like, yeah, it's the Dr. Pepper commercial. Then they think about the Dr. Pepper commercial, be like, damn, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I'm like,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
you
People
turned it
here
into a hood. You turned your
turned it
hood,
into a
huh?
hood track. It's one of my biggest records. So people like, yeah.
That's what I was just gonna ask you. You think that's your biggest record?
Streaming wise, yeah.
So what about you got a couple more? Where the Rats and Clap It? Is them kind of
What
big?
Where the Rats? So my next one that I would say before Where the Rats is this record I did called Vulture Life. So what I did with all of the guys I had grew up with, I did a beat and then I started saying their names in the record. And they got big because all of them, I think it was like 100 and something, maybe 200 something names in the record. And they would like let it play through the whole party because nobody wanted to miss their name in the record. But what I did when I released the record, because I had did it for the hood, I had did it for the buildings. When I released the record, I took the names out because I'm like, don't nobody outside of the buildings of Chicago know who these people are. So I'm just gonna put the beat out, and then the beat ended up I actually ended up getting on Star, the sitcom
TV show.
the Star with they had Queen Latifah and the three girls, and then what's his name? Luke James was one of the stars. Him and Keke Palmer.
But that ain't even the first time you had a song on TV. They said your name and they said your name in Ballers, right?
Ballers, yeah, they used
the
when I did that. I ain't your baby daddy.
Yeah,
they did that one. I've had a few placements. You know, man. I'm on Grand Theft Auto. I had a few good placements, man. It's been good. I can't.
And it's crazy because how you got introduced to us was by our Uncle Joe. He bought like he was just always telling us like y'all got a big time cousin in Chicago, and you know we young, wild, hard headed niggas and
super wild.
Yeah, then he bought us. I think it was the album. It was called Cardboard Booty.
Cardboard Booty. Yeah, that was actually the first album that had actually a real barcode on it. I was one of the first ones to release a mixtape with a barcode.
Yeah, and that album, like, that's what inspired me to rap. I heard you rap.
Oh wow, rapping
because you rapped on that. You rapped on it.
Yeah, I
remember. At the DJ Slugo flowing lives on the track. The motherfucking originator hit it from the back.
Yeah,
so I'm like, that's our cousin. You know, when we younger and people tell us we got family and all this, we just like, man, why we ain't rich? That's how we think about it. That's how we think about it at a young age. But that inspired me to rap because you sounded so good on there, and I think that was the first time. He said that was your first like rap verse.
That was the first time I ever took. So at this particular time, this is when I was at Seawall, and I had the luxury of being around Twista, Do or Die, Psychodrama, and I'm watching all these people record. At this, I'm just doing production and DJing at the time, and then Toxic, he was one of the producers over there, and he be charging me up like, I'm telling you can do it, man. You should just do a verse and just write it, and then if it don't sound right, I'll help you. And I'm like, man, ain't nobody finna take me serious rapping on no like I do dance music. And he was like, just try it. And then he was like, we're gonna make that the intro. And you know, shout out to Toxic, because he was the one who pushed that. He was like, just write it, bro. If it don't come out right, you surrounded by nothing but rappers. They're gonna help you with it if necessary. So
you done put a filter on your thing or something?
I don't know what that is. so I was like, cool. And then I wrote it, and they all was like, that's dope. And
it was dope.
Yeah, I was looking like, okay. They was like, all right, come on, we finna record. Then they recorded it, and like, we're gonna make that the intro to the next mixtape. I said, okay. So I was just rolling with it.
And it was the first song. I remember the song, and that's what got me to like want to rap. I'm like, damn, my cousin. We was telling everybody at school the next day, nigga, our cousin, because Joe bought a whole bunch of CDs, and we was just passing them out, promoting that shit.
He used to promote me like places I was like, he was like, man, I'm gonna take you over here, then we're gonna go over there, then I'm gonna introduce you to these people. I used to be looking like, man, who is all these people? And at first it didn't make sense to me until he got me to DJ somewhere where I knew I wasn't supposed to be.
Yeah. Tell them about that story.
So we went to, I can't think of the name. I know it's on 91st. It was on 91st and Commercial. And you know,
that's Chicago, y'all.
Yeah, due to the demographics of where I lived at, it was like taboo for people from the low end to come to this area. So people were looking like, ain't nowhere in the world he coming over here to DJ. And it was him and this guy named Teeny Man was like, you can go wherever you want to go. Man, y'all don't get me killed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, nah. They was like, no, this party is happening. We already booked it. You on the thing. So when I end up bumping into somebody who lived over that way, they was like, well, I can't wait to come to that party. I know you finna set it up. I'm looking like, oh, they wait. Y'all waiting on me to come over there. They like, yeah, the DJs over there suck. We waiting on you. And I went, and I was like, after I went the first time, I went like 3-4 more times after that. So
and you ain't supposed to be over there. That's when it was dangerous.
I mean, I wasn't involved in any of that. It was like just where I grew up at. They didn't rock with people where I grew up at. So, and I never wanted to endanger people who I grew up with trying to get over there to see me DJ and somebody get hurt. So I kept telling, cuz, I don't know about this, man. He was like, man, we finna go get this money. You want this money? Okay, you saying there's some money. We going to get this money then. I think my first trip to New York was with them. Yeah,
you told me about that too. About Joe took you to New York.
He definitely, like, when he was managing me, he was
Oh, he was your manager?
He was my manager at the time.
Oh, I ain't even know. You just dropped the jam on me.
Pushing me like crazy, like going crazy. I was looking like some of the places he was taking me to. I was like, man, this is a little sketchy, man. He was like, man, they love you in here. They love you in here. Go on, do it. And I'm like, all right, okay. So, I actually got that really from him. Like, ain't no place I won't go. Like, I'm going. Like,
going, yeah. It worked out for you though.
Yeah, it worked out perfectly for me. Like, I can't complain. So that's why every time he asked me for something, no problem. If he asked me to do something, okay, got you. You know what I'm saying? Like, he definitely, he definitely played a key role in my rise to where I'm.
That's cool. Because he used to have his top, what was it? His promotional team.
Hey, listen, he almost got me in trouble because they did a poster where it was a female and her mouth was on like almost like a cigar thing or whatever, and they had my name going down the cigar thing. It was like soft porn, right? And they plastered these posters all over the city for the spot on 91st and Commercial. They put these posters all over the city. The city started looking for us. Like, yeah, we're gonna find them. They called it defacing city property. And I was like, man, I don't want that type of smoke. And they was talking about $25 per poster as a fine.
Whoa.
What? I'm looking like, well, you ain't finna mess with me because I ain't put up nan poster. And I don't know who put them posters up, but I love it because my name is on it. I said, I am just DJing a party. I don't know nothing about the promotion. I don't know nothing about the facility, none of that. And then whoever the dude was that owned it, they couldn't shut it down. So the party ended up happening and everything. But they was definitely talking crazy about it because they went stupid they went downtown and had the posters on the poles downtown. And that's when they was putting them on poles and snapping them back to back.
Exactly, yeah.
And then pushing them all the way up. Like I saw them do it and was like, that's cold. That's crazy. And they had them up so far that the city would have to bring out the little road things and get up there and get them all the way down.
Uncle Joe,
they was pissed, bro. They was pissed. And I was like, man, y'all gonna get me in trouble. My name is on there, not y'all's.
They knew who to come to.
So they didn't know who I was because back then I never really used to put my picture on nothing. Like Cowboy Booty was the first cassette and CD that I ever put my face on. Everything before that, I never had my face on it.
Dang. So you said so let's get back into it. You was on the label with Twister, Do or Die, and all them Chicagoans. Have you ever met Kanye West? What you think about what he's doing?
He used to come downstairs. We was all on 680 South Chicago. He used to come. I don't know if you remember the Great Maxwell tapes, the hard, dark looking ones. He used to try to give it to us when we was coming in to give it to Tracks and ask Tracks to listen to his beats.
Tracks who? For the people who don't know.
So Tracks who did Adrenaline Rush, all that. He the super producer. And we'll be on the way in the building. He'd be like, hey man, is Tracks up there? You know Tracks? Yeah, man, tell him, you know, Kanye downstairs. I want him to listen to my beats. All right. And just take it upstairs. I knew him through also there's another guy named GLC. I knew he was real good friends with GLC. And I knew GLC. So
so
yeah.
that's the rapper who be with him, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of like? I don't know if you be saying what you think going on with him like right now? The industry? You think the industry fucking him up with all the stuff that he's going through?
I think he hasn't healed from his mom's passing away. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he medicated himself, and I think the him medicating himself, you know. And then you gotta remember, every brother from Chicago that went through what we went through, and he went through it as well, got PTSD automatically already. You're already paranoid. You on your P's and Q's. You think everybody's against you. You watching everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta understand, a lot of stuff we done been through, other people will be 100% traumatized. You know what I'm saying? Like, the stuff that we went through ain't normal. You know what I'm saying? I ended up learning that going to counseling. Like, man, the stuff y'all been through ain't normal. And y'all act like we'll hear gunshots and be like, oh, that ain't over here by us. No, you know what I'm saying? That's not normal. And people don't understand that. Like, when you hear a gunshot, you're supposed to get in the wind. We'll be like trying to see the distance, hear the distance where it comes. And that's not even by us. Come on. Like, and people like, no, bro, that's not normal. You know what I'm saying? That's not normal human behavior. But you're so used to the gunfire and the sound of gunfire that you're immune to it. So Kanye came up in the hood too. So, you know, he traumatized. And then you got to remember, his mama was his rock. You know what I'm saying? So he lost his rock. And I don't think he ever got help for it. So I think it kind of messed him up mentally. And he might have been already messed up a little mentally, and that just took him over the top. But, you know, people, when they self-medicate, it takes them to places. They go to dark places. And sometimes you go to them dark places, you can't come back. You know, and I think he's been to dark places. And then you gotta remember, he around a lot of demonic people. You know, that's the reason I don't, you know, no disrespect to hip hop, no disrespect to R&B, but like, people in Chicago know the rappers and stuff that I used to deal with. I don't deal with hip hop and R&B no more. Like, I don't mess with it. If it ain't dance music, I don't want no parts of it, because the rap, hip hop, and R&B had got so dark and so demonic. You know what I mean? People, like, the R&B got so sexual. It wasn't even about courting a girl, none of that. It was just, it went from courting a girl, getting up with a girl, we dying, until just, I want to fuck. What's up with that pussy? Shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it seemed like I was just talking to somebody about stuff like this. Like, you know, I've been wanting to be in the industry for a long time, but it's just like,
it's dark.
I'm like, dang, we fighting so hard to get in something that's
demonic,
could tear us apart. We fighting so hard to get into something that's devilish.
Demonic.
Like this,
super demonic.
In order for you to get like all the way up there, you gotta like
kill somebody.
You gotta sell your soul.
Yeah, you gotta kill somebody.
And I was just thinking about that. I was talking to somebody like, dang, like, we was fighting so hard to get into something that really could tear us apart.
One mistake. Yeah, I don't ever want to be in nothing where if I make one mistake, it destroys my entire life. I'm not allowed at least one mistake. So I don't want to be in a genre of music where I can't make a mistake. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So yeah, and that party scene, that's just party.
See, I tell people all the time, people look at it, like, people invite me out, and I be like, bro, I really don't want to party because my life's a party. My entire life is a party.
Yeah.
So every time I go out to DJ, everybody's partying. I'm having a great time there. I don't want to go to no.
So you wouldn't even know how to feel going into just going out? Because you the man who controlling the part. You controls the
I'm
party.
gonna critique your DJ.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be in there like he trash. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm like, that song. Why he put that song with that song? And I'm just gonna be.
Exactly.
It just
It ain't for you. It ain't for you.
So when I was doing the clubs back in the days, I used to tell people all the time, this is one of the main reasons I walked away from hip hop. I went from an opening DJ to a closing DJ, right? What I learned in the process of being an opening DJ to a closing DJ is the devil literally walks in the club about 11:45 midnight. If you go and if you go to any club, watch girls getting free to 11, drinks is flowing. At 12 o'clock, them same girls and guys that's there, they whole demeanor changes at like midnight, 12:05. They went from, just kicking it to
Wow.
girls who were sweet.
That kind of makes sense though.
Yes,
That kind of
yes.
makes sense. You said the devil walk in
The
at
devil walks in the
11:45.
club at midnight. Next time you in the club, get there about 11:30 and watch the entire demeanor of everybody change at midnight.
Wow. So that song, the preach come out at night. That's like a real thing, huh?
I'm telling you, why? Are you got anybody who see this next time? Get to because first of all, clubs are done turned to fashion shows.
Yeah.
Everybody want to come in a little late. You know what I'm saying? Because I want everybody to see I'm fresh, what I got on, all that. So clubs ain't even people don't even dance no more. Like it's just bopping and ain't no dancing. We used to be back in the days, man. That's why juke music and ghetto house music was so popular, because when they came on, girls would get in these positions and we get behind them. It was, we're responsible for a lot of kids from back then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, back in the days.
Yeah, it was
that's when they used to party.
It was a freaky situation. Girls get to dancing and they popping their little butts and the guys behind them, they grinding on them. They don't even do that in the parties no more. You know what I'm saying? The guys are standing with the guys. The girls is with the girls. People's trying to get in the VIPs, and it just don't make logical sense no more. So it's like the club scene ain't what it used to be. Well, at least not here. I don't know about nowhere else. Here, the club scene is like, man, like I've went to a few parties and been like, bro, what is this? Like, what is this? Like, it's different. And it's girl. I've never seen a party where girls come in half naked, and you would rather be over here standing kicking it with your boy than over there with real talk. It's 10 guys in VIP. It's 10 of us. It's 100 girls on the floor, half naked.
And they with their niggas.
Yeah, man, bottles up, boy. No. What are you talking about? Look at the floor. You understand what I'm saying? Man, bro, it's 100 of them out there. Why am I standing here with you? You understand what I'm saying? No, skip the VIP. I'm going out there where that work is at. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah.
That's because these niggas like niggas these days, man. You be hearing about that shit that's going on out here, man.
Listen, man. It's so much down low shit going on. I be looking like, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't knock nobody sexual preference. I don't care what you do with your life, as long as you never approach me the wrong way. So I always tell people, I don't care nothing about nobody's sexual preferences under no circumstances.
And you made me. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, whatever you do in your life is your business, as long as you don't inappropriately approach me. So, like, for instance, my dance music, 90% of people in the dance world are gay and lesbian.
And that's what I was just going to get into.
I remember parties be so. I like the party. Like, I'm going to do this party in New York called Nowadays. I think I go June 15th. I think it's June 15th. No, they don't let you bring no cameras, no phones, none of that. There's no taping of anything going on in the building. They're gonna ask you to leave. You pick your phone out your pocket, you gotta go.
You did this party last year or something?
I do it. This will be my 3rd year doing it, right?
Yeah.
When I tell you the atmosphere is off the chain, because everybody's in there free. You ain't gotta worry about nobody taping you. If you want to kiss a dude, you want to kiss a girl, if it want to be some freak offs in the corner.
The Diddy party.
It ain't even a Diddy party. It's just mind your fucking business.
Yeah.
I came to party. We having a great time. As long as I don't, see, they got rules too. You can't eyeball people the wrong way. You can't touch people the wrong way. You can't touch nobody that don't want to be touched. You can't be looking girls up and down like, damn, baby. That's a violation. You got to ride.
Wow. This in New York?
This New York. Beautiful spot. All parties should be that way.
Oh, yeah, it is over with for that in them regular
Mind your fucking business. And whatever going on in that corner ain't got nothing to do with you.
Nothing to do with you.
You go on the floor party. If I got 3 girls and I'm doing my thing, it's my business. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't got nothing to do with it. You came to the club to party. So why is you standing there mean mugging? I came to have a good time. If everybody focused on having a good time at the parties would be off the chain, man. Like,
and you really like, because I was young and you told me you was doing the party in Milwaukee, and I think it was on the east side somewhere. And I went there, and it was this is where you gave me game at about this situation.
Oh yeah.
And I went in there,
and you was
and
like,
it was just all gay people, and I'm like, what the hell do cuz got me coming to?
Man, listen,
and then the first thing you told me, you pointed at the tip. Now I'm young, I'm way younger, because you way older. I think you older than me. How old is you, cuz?
I'll be 56.
Yeah, and I'm 43.
This month.
And I'm 43.
Okay.
And so when this had to be over, because I've been in Cali for 10 years. So this had to be
about
like
15 years ago.
It was a long time.
I know the exact party you talking about when the guy was in there with the diaper on. I know exactly.
Yeah. And I'm like, what the hell, cuz? What you got me coming to? And you pointed to the tip jar, and it was overflowed at your tip 20s. It was just like, you told me you getting like I think it was 1,000 or something. It was a crazy amount. And then your tip jar was full. You said, cuz they spend way more money than the regular people. And at that time, I was like, that made me look at it different, because I'm like,
it ain't even really, I'm gonna be real with you, cuz it ain't, for me, like, it ain't even about the money. Like, they care about the music more. It's about the music with them. Like, when they come, they want to hear their good records. They want to hear their favorite DJ. They want to dance. They want to be. It's a free thing. I'm just free. When I saw the guy with the diaper on, I was like, "Hey, bro," you know what I'm saying? I was like, "Hey, bro." This is when I really knew I was comfortable and like not judgmental. He came and asked for, "Hey, Slugo, you mind taking a picture with me?" No, I'm looking like, no problem. You know what I'm saying? He was like, "Man, you so fucking cool." No, bro, if you want to wet, I don't give a fuck what
it ain't too. You comfortable with
I'm in the picture with you, I'm comfortable with my masculinity. Like,
exactly. That's what I was just
anybody see me in the picture with him, like, oh shit, Slugo, boy, you know I ain't the least bit gay. And
exactly.
I could be in the picture with 8 gay people. I'm not gonna let you box me in. You feel what I'm saying? Like, bro,
they need entertainment too. They need to be entertained too.
These people are super fans. So when I'm putting something on the internet or having a party, first of all, they probably paid $30, $40 to get in the door. You ain't finna pay that.
Exactly.
You gonna be in the Qatar. $40, I can see that nigga at Walmart. You know what I'm saying? Like, you one of those. They're saying, no, he finna play he got this one record and he got to play this particular record. When he plays this record, I'm gonna lose my fucking cool, right? And I'm right there with him. This the record you talking about? Yeah, let's go. And we gone. So I like partying. That's one thing they have taught me. Man, we partying like rock stars here.
And you're an international DJ. You done been out the country with it and getting hotel. You ain't just a local joker or just a stage DJ.
Let me tell you one of the parties
overseas.
I played. Cause I played Russia.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You go overseas.
Because I've played a lot of different countries. But when I went to Russia, first thing before I got on the plane, people had like shook me up, had me nervous. Like, boy, they gonna kill you over there. You ain't coming back home. I'm saying, man, nah, I don't. But then, you know, you start seeing stuff on the news. They was kidnapping people and things. I'm looking like, damn, they were shooting up parties. And I'm looking like, I don't know if I should go over here. But when I got over there, cuz, when I tell you the hospitality was just off the chain. So in Italy, Italy was the first country to book me. So between I just every country that done booked me, bro, like them people different. They party different. They movement is different. They just man, listen, shout out to all the overseas people. Like they
pay
love
you. They pay you different too, don't they?
yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Everything paid for though, right? Like
Yeah,
everything.
you listen.
Flight.
No, your flights paid for, your hotel paid for. They put a couple of dollars in your pocket, and they take care of you when you get there. Like your money's no good there. You know what I'm saying? Like we're gonna feed you, make sure you good. All we need you to do is play them records. Just play them records, and you know it. People, it's just I didn't never think that I would be happy DJing.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't have told me 20 years ago, well, no, 30 years ago, you're gonna be a DJ and you're gonna be traveling and playing records. What? Like I looked at you like, doing what? I'm gonna be a what? Boy, if you don't get out of my face with that, like, nah,
So you never seen it. You never seen it coming.
man, you know, back in the days, we were struggling, thinking we are gonna be football, basketball was gonna be some type of sport, you know, so you're gonna go to school with a full ride, you know what I'm saying? Like I was a principal scholar in high school. So
Oh wow.
I'm looking for a full ride to a college, you know what I'm saying? Like I never once thought that this would be my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I couldn't have planned this or wrote this out in no form or fashion. So I you know, ain't nobody but God. Like, this is what you're gonna do. This is how you're gonna feed your family, and you're gonna do it with pride. And that's gonna be that. So I do it to the utmost with the utmost respect, you know, and I don't disrespect it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't take it for granted. I take every party seriously. I'm on time. I go there, I do my best. I don't care if it's 10 people in there. I'm gonna play for 10 like it's 1,000.
Like it's
You know
that's how we got to be as rappers.
exactly.
So let's get into this. DJ Dion, like DJ Dion, he's a pioneer just like you, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What was you and his creative? Y'all did records together?
Mm-hmm. We were a whole team. It was me, him, and another guy named Milton. Actually, you know, Dion passed away.
God bless his soul.
So Milton just came home from a 24-year bid.
So he what 24 years?
24.
So what was y'all chemistry like? Did y'all juke music? Y'all invented that together?
Ghetto house music. Juke music came after us.
So who did juke music?
Juke is like Puncho and Gantman, those guys who used to watch us DJ and produce. They came after us. So it went from ghetto house to juke music to footwork.
Oh, okay.
So it's three different genres.
Yeah.
But it all came. So we watched the house music guys, like the Lil Lewises and people like that.
Yeah, I remember that name sound familiar.
We watched them, and then we became our own. Then the other guys getting on them, they watched us, they became juke. Then the other guys watched them and they became footwork. So
so yeah, you just broke that down because a lot of people probably get it confused.
Know. It's four different genres: house music, then it's ghetto house, then it's juke, then it's footwork.
Okay, that makes sense now. It's like for that, so it's just like a rookie coming in and just enhancing it. But it's all fall under like the same.
It all falls under house music.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Chicago house music.
So you were signed to a label called Dance Mania. Tell us about that.
So Dance Mania was a guy named Ray Barney from the west side of Chicago, was the first individual to believe in us. So he started a record label and just said, I'm gonna take all of the neighborhood guys and put their records out on vinyl. He was the first person to put our records out on vinyl. So shouts out to Ray Barney. None of us in the ghetto house world, juke world, or footwork world will be who we are if it wasn't for Ray Barney. So shouts out to Dance Mania. So Ray took a chance. Ray would be like, bring me the records, let me listen to it. I take it to the mastering place, boom, we're gonna put it out and we're gonna make a couple of dollars. You know what I'm saying? And for us, we were kids, we were young teens and in our 20s, and we wasn't looking at it to really be nice. We just was frantic to get records on vinyl. You know what I'm saying? So it ended up becoming a worldwide phenomenon. Like Dance Mania, when you say Dance Mania in any country, they be looking like, man, you was on Dance Mania? Like, yeah.
Okay, and you say he from the west side, you from the
West
south
side.
side.
He's still out west. He's still out west. He owns a health food store out west.
That's
Ray
knowledge for you.
Barney.
That's
Ray Barney. Yeah.
so you didn't collab with people in the industry too. Like you collab with like Missy Elliott. What, like, who was the like meeting like these famous people? Like, who would you say the coolest, or was it like how everybody say the industry fake? How was that like working with Missy Elliott and all them?
People know how to treat you depending on your reputation. So a lot of people are phony with each other because the person that they talking to is phony too. So a lot of people, when they approach us, they know, oh, they from Chicago. They're like some of the realest people out here. I can't play with them. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or the phoniest leave the room. You feel what I'm saying? Like, or you'll get to talking about certain things, and it's so real at the time that anything that ain't real gonna step out the way, because they can't have a conversation with you. So Missy a real one though. You know, Missy.
Missy. So who? I remember you told me a story about you being in the studio with Diddy too. Like, let the people know about Diddy.
My people went up there to do a record in New York. You know what I'm saying? So, and some situations that happen. Diddy's got enough problems. I ain't gonna say nothing about this. I think I don't know. Diddy got a lot of problems right now, so I'm gonna leave Diddy where he at. Like, I ain't gonna speak on Diddy.
Okay, let's get off of that. Let's get off of Diddy.
Diddy, that's one of those. Yeah, just keep your mouth closed. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, you ain't wrong about that neither, man. Yeah. We ain't. I mean, we telling y'all the real stories, but we ain't about like stepping in the drama and all that. I just remember you telling me a story about it, so I want. I mean,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Okay, let's get to it. Like, what made Blok Club DJs? What made you want to start your own DJ pool?
So, at first I was with Violators. I was a member of Violator.
Violators like Q-Tip and them?
Yeah. So it was Chris Lighty, may rest in peace, and Mona Scott.
That's them heavyweights though.
Yeah, Chris Lighty and Mona Scott had a management crew called Violators, and then they were messing with my man Scrap Dirty and Terry Hunter. So they had Violator DJs for Chicago. So when the situation came to me, we didn't want to be just Violators. We wanted to have our own. We wanted to Violator V, but we ended up turning into Violator Juke Squad DJs, right?
Oh, okay.
So one of them, we got on the phone, done everything cool. All right, cool. So I think we were with them. We had to be like 200-300 DJs strong, probably a lot more than that.
All in Chicago. You talking about worldwide?
All from all Midwest. Everybody wanted to be a Violator. Everybody that was doing dance music wanted to be a Violator Juke Squad DJ, right? So a situation happened where we wanted to wrap a van. We wanted the V on the van. We wanted our pictures and shit on the van. And somehow it got mixed up where they were saying the money wasn't there, whatever, blah, blah. And it pissed off a lot of my DJs, including myself. So we went and had a meeting like, man, we pushing these people. We pushing this brand and we can't get nothing from this, whatever, blah, blah. So one of the guys in the group suggested, man, why don't we just start our own thing, right?
Yeah.
We powerful, we cool, we start our own thing. So my cousin steps up, his name Byron. He's doing graphics and stuff at the time, but they had a group, they had a rapper named, what was his name? Check Famous. So he was rapping for Blok Club Management Group. They was called a BMG. There's Blok Club Music Group, right?
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to push him. They was like, man, they was trying to push him through the violated situation at first that we had. But at this time, we having a meeting about leaving. We all finna get together and leave. Some of them stayed at Violated. Some of them still over there too. Some of them stayed, about 20 of them stayed. We all decided, all right, cool, we're gonna go over here with them and we're gonna push they artists. This is how Blok Club started. We this one meeting. Man, we need to find a name though. If we're gonna leave, we need to find a name. And then I was like, well, they Blok Club Music Group. Why don't we just be Blok Club DJs and push they artists? Everybody like, all right, cool. We voted. Everybody cool on? Yeah, all right, cool. We Blok Club DJs from here on. Start getting the logos and pushing the name or whatever. And then it just took off. Like
It took off.
It took off. Took off like crazy. We was coming to the seminars, 50 to 100 deep. We popping up at people parties. Like we would, like a rapper would reach out to us and we'd be like, all right, we finna come to your party. And they'd be like 80 DJs. You know what I'm saying? They'd be like, damn, all them DJs, yeah. So you got 80 DJs rotating your record at picnics, barbecues, clubs, things of that nature. That's how we end up taking off. So yeah.
So that's the story behind the famous Blok Club DJs.
Yeah, we were all Violated Juke Squad at the time. We all just flipped Blok Club. Yeah.
That's crazy. Man, that's interesting though.
Mm-hmm.
Like so you really touched the industry in more than one ways. Like
yeah.
So for people who just think you heavy in the industry. Like
a lot of people look like, a lot of people think it's just the DJing thing. I'm like, nah, man, people, especially once I start like doing the records and then we built that genre, it's like people have sampled me. I done had to go through things with people and sue people for sample clearances and all that, you know, so they know who I am. Like, and then I got 2 lawyers that's pit bulls. So
yeah, like, they get it. They go get it.
It's like, man, I just think, here's what I learned. I ended up getting in trouble in like 2000. And it taught me a valuable lesson and I was at the peak. I was at the peak of the DJ Slugo movement in 2000. And an incident happened, and then a heartbeat. Everything in my life changed with one bad decision. You know what I'm saying? So I know at any given time, it could all end.
It could be taken away. Yeah.
I don't take it for granted, bro. I don't take it for granted at all. I make sure I sit, critique every decision I make. Even if somebody pissed me off, first thing I say when I get mad at somebody, is he worth jagging it all? Everything that I've worked for, is he worth jagging it all off for? And if he's not, enjoy your day, sir.
Because that's how we is. That's how our family is, though.
Yeah,
like
we got anger management issues.
We'll take it there if it's worth if it's worth taking there.
But the thing is, what I learned, because I used to be one of the ones that take it there, like all the way there. It ain't because you taking it there with somebody. It's like going in a room with 8 bums, jumping on 8 bums, and you a millionaire. What was you? They gonna, even a lawyer's gonna be the judge gonna like, what was you thinking? Like, why would you do that? He pissed me off, so I went in there and whooped everybody. It's like,
exactly,
you're a multi-millionaire. You've been blessed with millions of dollars, and you went in here and beat up somebody who net worth is $8.
That's crazy. And it's people.
And it's
people. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead, cuz.
No, I'm saying, and there's people out there who will intentionally try to do something for a lawsuit.
It's called demonic. When you, here's the thing, you gotta, and I tell this to my people that's around me all the time, be observant of the universe.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot believe in God and not believe in the devil. You got to know with every good thing, something bad is in the cut. You just got to make sure that you see it coming and prepare for it so it doesn't damage you or your loved ones. So the
Cause you done
devil,
got so high up. Like I tell people like, man, my cousin DJ Slugo, it don't matter where I'm at, they know you. Like, and it's an honor for you to be my family member. Cause like I could just drop you, I could name drop you anywhere, and they just be like, oh, Slugo, Chicago. They just know you. So that
yeah.
really like laid
I put that
groundwork.
one thing I said, cuz is like, if they don't know me nowhere else, you gonna know me when you come here. You know what I'm saying? Like
Exactly.
I'm gonna be Michael Jordan. I'm gonna be the Michael Jordan of this music thing when you come here. My name gonna ring like his name ring in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? And that's always been my goal. Like when you come to my city, it's called just actually an old hustler taught me that. Man, as long as your name is good in your city, you can go anywhere. And people going, hey, I'm finna do a show in Chicago. Who I need to holler at? Oh, get up with Woo
He
Woo.
says, yeah.
He good people. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
why
He
they
can make
say
you shit, and he's solid. You know what I'm saying? So it's just being solid in your own city.
that's why, but like they say you gotta blow up in your city before you blow up anywhere else. You do you believe that's true for rappers? Because a lot of rappers think
I
uh
think the industry changed that. But
uh
here's the thing. It ain't a matter of blowing up. Because I know some people who ain't blew up, but mad respected in the industry. In they
yeah,
city. You can't go to their cities without hearing about them, or if you go in their city and check in with them, you 100% good. And they not super big in the industry, but they respected in their city.
they solidified at home.
So it's like when you solidified at the crib, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? It's like every city I go to, I make sure, or I'm almost positive, it's somebody either there from Chicago, or it's somebody in that city who I done interacted with, and I'm saying, oh, he's solid. Or I call somebody from Chicago, hey, I'm in Cincinnati. Oh, get up, woo, woo, woo. Let them know you there.
Yeah, because I remember one point in time that we got into it. I ain't gonna say. I mean, it's old. We
Mhm.
got into it with a DJ in Milwaukee, and he knew like you was our cousin,
And
and
call
it was
me.
finna go. It was finna go up, and he called you.
Yep, he was like, man, can you talk to him? Can you calm him down? Yeah, what you do though? Like, what did you do? What did you do? I said, my cousins, I know they a little violent and they aggressive, but if they aggressive with you and you did something to them, so tell me the whole story, and then I'll call and calm
And
them
you
down.
called me, and
Yeah,
it got squashed. Like, but
yeah,
that's just show you like the respect
exactly,
that
exactly.
people have for you. That they know that you are a cousin, and you ain't got nothing. This Milwaukee business.
Yeah, he
They
called me
called you to get
like,
in Milwaukee business.
yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, and one of the other people that was with him called and was like, "Them your blood cousins?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's my real family." He was like, "Man, them boys is a problem." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "No, my little cousins." They were like, "Man, your little cousins, man." I was like, "Well, you
We
must have."
was terrorized. That's when
Yeah,
we was young and
listen,
dumb.
I
We was
called
young and
cousin, was
dumb.
like, "Cuz, what the cousin?" I'm saying, "Cousin, down there reckless." He was like, yeah, man, you know, they young and wild, man. He's like, they the old version of us to another level. I'm like, for real? He like, man, he
That's when me and you started like getting close.
getting
Like
real
that's
close.
when me and
Yeah, I
your
was like, let
relationship
me
started
call. I
getting.
was like, let me call and make sure that they don't, because I had already did a couple of bits. Like, now I can't let them jag their lives, man. Let me get them together. And a lot of
Yeah,
people be send off guys. Like, I'm not sending my family off. No, it's not worth it, bro. You already got your respect. People know not to play with you. You know what I'm saying? And when they do play, you just got to show them, hey, you shouldn't have played. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you don't have to prove yourself to them. I be looking at people like, especially I've told people like fight wise, like, bro, you know what I mean? People I put on their backs. I'm like, I don't need to do all that. Like, I can fight. You know you don't want this smoke. I don't gotta go through all that with you. And then half y'all ain't gonna fight no way. Y'all gonna go grab your gun. And if you lose
yeah.
that fight, you're gonna go tell the police. So I don't know. I
That's
don't want
why
to
I'm
get,
so glad we grew up out of that
yeah, you
shit
gotta
too,
get away.
man.
You gotta get
It's a
away.
lot of situations that we done had that I wish be like, dang, that shouldn't have went like that. Cause
Yeah.
I remember like we made a whole song dissing the DJ crew in Milwaukee, and we went to their event and
Damn.
performed that shit.
Yeah, that's
We
tough.
went to the event, man. My nigga Monte Carlo, and it was like we was deep. We was deep.
I'd have unplugged the speakers. Like, nah, fuck that.
Man, they couldn't do. I mean, we had the city terrified at the time.
That's terrible.
We had the city terrified. We did a song because we felt like they was disrespecting us. I made the song. It's on my first album, and
I think I know that. I think
we went to their set.
What's the guy name? You know, butter something. He on the radio down there.
Reggie Smooth is Butter Brown. He gonna be on here.
He told me about that song. He was like, man, you know, your cousins made a song dissing all the DJs. I'm like, wait a minute, all the DJs? They were like, oh no, all the Milwaukee DJs. I was like, I'm gonna talk to him.
You got
I was like, I'm looking like they can't diss the DJs.
Yeah, that's what you told me. You hot right on my ass. Okay?
Yeah, not the people,
right on
not
my
the people that play your records, man. Like not all, and then all of them ain't even got nothing to do with it. You.
But we did take their whole DJ. I'm cool with them now, but we took their whole shit down. It was the death of that shit, bro.
Yeah, that shit
on
was
everything
crazy.
It was like
I got wind of that. They was like, man, you need to talk to him. I'm like,
they always calling you though.
Yeah, I mean, because it was a lot of the DJs ain't built for that. You know what I'm saying? They DJs, they not built for that life. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of them didn't want to get mixed up in it, you know. And then a lot of them was like, man, I like them. I like their music and everything. They just crazy. I'm like,
we was young and wild. But you taught me a lot about like this business. Like you the first one told me. You told me like, I think, man, you did some type of business, and you said, cuz it don't matter, I'm your cousin, but everything got to be in black and white. That stuck with me. I tell people that today, like,
because what people don't understand is, I tell people this all the time. You my cousin. This is my cousin. I love my cousin. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, if I'm doing real business with my cousin, how you think I'm finna play it with you? You know what I'm saying? But in this industry, what I've learned is when money's involved and it's a substantial amount of money, people get amnesia. Like people forget what they promised, forget what they said, or forget how they said they was gonna move or whatever. And then the labels, they work that way too. They work that way to work y'all against each other when it comes to finances. But you can't work it against me if it's in black and white.
If it's in black and white, you told me that stuck.
This is what
people that today.
You hold up the piece of paper and say, "Now, ain't this your signature? You signed this April
You agreed
4th,
to it.
Yeah, April 4th, 2024. This you, right? Yeah. That's what we honoring. You said you're gonna do this. And if you
when
don't
you told
do
me
this,
that, I was like, that was like some real game. You gave me a lot of game, and I appreciate you for that. Like,
it's just be an honorable person, honor your word. But one thing to keep us honest, even in the family, the way we stay honest and stay good family and no beefs, no issues, nothing, black and white.
Black and white, yeah.
If you don't understand that, if you do good business, we're gonna always be good with each other. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, and if you got a problem with signing this piece of paper, then you have plans on fucking me somewhere.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm saying, hey, cuz, I love you, cuz, but we finna do a business transaction. Yeah, all right. Business. This don't got nothing. Yeah, this don't got nothing to do with family.
You told me that stuck with me.
Do a business transaction. Yeah. And anybody that gets mad about that, you walk away from
because you know it's some fuckery there.
You was already finna fuck me.
Yeah.
And I just stopped all the fuckery right there. When I said, hey, let's put it in black and white, let's agree to something. And once we said, now, of course, people break agreements all the time. But at the end of the day, when shit hit the fan and people like, man, what happened to you and Rick? This. He signed this and wouldn't honor it.
It ain't your fault. It ain't your fault.
I ain't did nothing to Rick. Me and him agreed to do this, and Rick said he ain't doing this. So I ain't talking to his ass till he do this. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Till he honor what he said he was gonna do. You know what I'm saying? And
that's real shit though.
And people gonna understand, like, hey, you signed the contract with him and didn't honor the contract? Oh, you bogus.
I'm foul as hell.
Yeah, and he emailed me the contract. He showed it to me. You signed it, the woo-woo day, said you was gonna do all these promises, and you ain't do none of them. Yeah, he shouldn't be talking to your ass. I wouldn't talk to you either. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
But yeah, you taught me that, and that just stuck with me.
Yeah, just make that's even with relationships. I tell my kids all the relationships. It's all contractual. you know, it's an agreement. Like when people don't understand, like when you get married, all that stuff, you gotta have marriage license and all that. You stand in front of these pastors and stuff saying you promise to do this, promise to do that, promise. It's all contractual relationships and everything. It's all what you said you're gonna do. I agree to do this. I agree to do that. And then, you know, of course, every contract is made to be broken, but if you don't want to break it, you got to answer for that.
It's on you.
Yeah.
Like, cause when I remember this going to something else. Like you used to do a series called you used to have 2 series. And it was cracking. I always wondered like why you stopped. You had to Respect My Grind mixtape, and then you had the Blok Club meet and greet. Like then was like I remember I came to one. This is where I learned structure from you. I learned a lot from you. I don't even know if I be telling you that structure.
Yeah, I'm glad.
We came to an event. It was at Adriana. We gonna get back to the Respect My Grind. We used to get on your mix CDs, but you had a show at Adriana, and I always wonder, like, I think you had like 100 motherfuckers performing. Like, this is the most craziest shit I ever seen in my life. This is how I learned structure. Like
back to back. Yeah.
You had 100. It was so many people performing, and you told niggas on that mic, if you ain't, you had our set list and everything. If you ain't up here at this time, we skipping your ass. And this is over.
You ain't getting you're out of there.
Where did you pick that up from? Like that structure and that. Where did you get that from? 100 people rapping at. I think it was 2 hours, but you had our shit down pat.
So it came from going to open mics, going to other people's functions and seeing how disorganized shit was. And I'm saying, I would always say, all they had to do was, first of all, if it's on paper, I keep telling people all the time, write it down. If it's on paper, Rick, then such, and such, and such, and blah, blah. It's going in this order. It's going to be on time. And if you miss your spot, or if you come up here late and you had 8 minutes and you come up here 2 minutes late, or you doing all that talking and stuff for 2, you got 6 minutes left. Now, no ifs, no ands, no buts. You know what I'm saying? And then it was a respect thing. Like people saw the structure, saw that you wasn't playing, and was like, man, let me get up here and go ahead and knock this out because they're going to cut. And then I always tell DJ, hey, cut the music. He done.
Yeah.
He got 1 song left. I don't care what he got left. His time is up. It's over with. You know what I'm saying? So I would tell people, if you got 7 minutes, you better, as soon as they introduce you, you got 7 minutes. You know
they ain't got time because they ain't got time to talk to
you.
The
ain't
crowd.
got no time, man. I'm woo woo from such blah blah, man. Fun. You can do all that at your end thing. You got 7 minutes, bro. You know what I'm saying? But what made me walk away from that, you know what I'm saying? Because we did our meet and greets. Like I made sure we structured those meet and greets where I never wanted to do any events where it didn't help the people that we were bringing in the building. You know what I'm saying? Like I wanted to put people on stages with a bunch of people in the audience that would normally not even come see you. You understand what I'm saying? Now it's up to you to get on the stage and convince them to be your fans.
Exactly.
I'm gonna put them in front of you, and it's up to you to convince them to be. People start not respecting it. Like it was like it started feeling like a waste of time to me. Like I'm looking at people, and we trying to teach people how to get their publishing and their writers and all that in order. We got people in the building that's teaching them how to do their copyrights and all that. And,
yeah, I remember that.
And I'm watching people saying, we doing all this, and none of these people are doing what they supposed to be doing. Like we'll have a meet and greet, and then 2 weeks later, somebody will call us like, hey, now how I'm supposed to do the publish? We saying, bro. It got
so
to
basically it was more than a performance. It was more like a workshop.
Exactly. And that's all. That's what the meet and greets were. Like people will come in the meet and greets and not meet nobody. I would literally have to stop the music. Like, hey, it's multiple people in this room that somebody in this room can help.
You told us that. You told us that.
It's a graphic person in here. There's a recording artist in here. There's somebody in here who needs recording artists in their studio. Go around and mingle. You know what I'm saying? That's why we had started doing the badges with everybody's name on the front of them.
Yeah, I remember that.
That didn't work. So I was like,
you were still trying to like enhance it. before you let it go.
And it just didn't work. So I got to the point where I said, you know what? This is kind of like a waste of my time in my life. And then with the Respect My Grind, it's the same thing.
Man, them Respect My Grind CDs are so cold.
Man, I'm telling when I tell you I would go, so say I go to Minnesota to DJ. I would take 50 Respect My Grind CDs and just give them away. So I'm promoting your music in a city you probably never gonna play in.
Never gonna go in.
And these people just did not. It was like, bro, if I'm out here, why I gotta hustle your music harder than you hustling your music? It just don't make logical sense.
And I ain't gonna lie, that's the reason why I gave up on the Done Did That Records, because me and bro was just doing everything for people, man.
Yeah, it just don't make. Here's where you mess up at. Like, people want you to be their babysitter versus being their manager or being their label owner or things like that. People be wanting you literally to take care of them. Bro, that ain't how this work. You know what I'm saying? Then the music start getting dark. Like, I would listen to certain records. People used to get mad at me because I hear certain records and be like, man, I'm not putting that shit on my mixtape, man. I asked one artist one time. I said, hey, let me ask you a question. I just listened to your record and you've shot everybody on the record. Like, I said, now you done shot up 15 blocks on this record. Who's going to buy the record if you killed everybody, the potential buyers? And the man was looking at me like, what you mean? Nigga, you said you was riding through 15 all the way up to 51st and you shot at each block. Do you think the blocks that you shot at gonna buy your record? Make it make sense. So if you go shoot up 15, 20 blocks, you just killed at least 2,000-3,000 customers. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool on that record. And then, you know, so they just looking at me like, man, he being, you know, one guy was like, man, I mean, if you telling me what I can and cannot put on, you fucking with my creativity. No, nigga. First thing is, you ain't paying nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah, you ain't paying that. Then I think the most I ever charged anybody to be on mixtape was $100.
I think it was like, when we started coming around, like I think it was 25 or 50.
Yeah,
it
first I started off at 25, and then when I said I wanted to. So the crazy part was about it. When I first started it, it was just the little plastic things with the. Then I said, no, I want to enhance it. I want to look like a real CD. I want to put it in a case. I want to contribute it to people. I want to distribute. Like, I went to certain events, like rap events, open mics and stuff like that, and would just put the tapes on the tables for the free. You know what I'm saying? Because it's already paid for. The artist
exactly.
And then just I was like, nothing's becoming of this. These artists don't even care about their own careers. So what am I doing? So I was just like, that's it. No more Respect My Grind. No more meet and greets. What I said was, all that energy that I'm putting into Respect My Grind and into the meet and greets, I'm gonna put into the DJ Slugo brand. I'm done. And so
you took your brand went to the next level.
Hip hop and R&B is no more for me. I'm never going back.
Wow.
Never.
I got a question, like, okay, how has the game changed from having the record you just put up, the vinyl, to now? Is it a big difference from going from the crates to the digital? So
vinyl is called analog, and then the MP3s is digital. Now, the great thing about MP3s is you don't have to carry 50 records or 100 records. I don't know why I keep doing that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Records or 100 records into a party. Like, we literally used to have to have dollies with the crates stacked on top of each other. And records, right? It was crazy, right? And then you would
like dude off House Party, but loud.
Exactly. And then you always have to have 2 of every record. You know what I'm saying?
Why you had to have 2?
Because if you wanted to blend something else that was on the other, or if you wanted to, back then we used to try to extend the records, like extend the playing time.
Yeah.
So with the MP3s, you could just loop it.
Oh.
But back then you couldn't do that. So the only way to loop it was bring it in on the other turntable with the same record. So you'll play this boom, and then loop it over here. And then
Oh,
boom,
okay,
loop it over here.
okay, I got it, I got it. Because they got the loop button on the DJ thing, right? On the
See, that's cheating, but everybody does it now. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's like,
damn. So back in the days, you had to have 2 records to loop.
You had to have 2 of every record.
Damn.
So imagine that you a DJ finna do a 5-hour party, and you got to have 2 of every record, and you got to bring all these records to one party.
Wow.
So you got 10, 15 crates of records. Like the record, it was more records than equipment.
Damn. And you did parties like that for a long time, huh?
For a long time. It's people right now that's probably gonna see this and be like, "Yeah, I used to carry his records." You gonna hear people, you gonna hear people say, "I used to carry that new records for him. I used to carry his record." And then you talking about in the project, say we was doing the party on the 7th floor.
Oh, wow.
And the elevator broke. We gotta get all this equipment upstairs, and the elevator broke.
Wow. Oh, you had that happen before?
What? On numerous occasions.
Damn.
The elevators in the project stayed broke.
So how much? So for them
You
parties,
got 2-3 people carrying big ass speakers. Then you got 15 crates of records that gotta go 7 flights. Then you got your fly case with your turntables in it. All this gotta go up the stairs.
so how much was you getting back then?
For us back then, it wasn't really. It was popularity. The parties was only like $2 to get in.
Also, it wasn't really like
it wasn't no money. It was the popularity. Because you gotta remember, say you at the Ickies, or just say 18th Street. You got from 18th Street to 63rd, all the State Street. From 18th and State to 63rd and State. Then you got from State to the Lake. Then you got from State to like Western, Wabash, Michigan, all that. All these people are coming to these parties. And you super popular. Like,
are you popular? Yeah.
Popularity was crazy. So now, where I would make some bread at is drop a mixtape.
Exactly. I was just finna get into that.
All of these people who came to the parties and heard me get out at the parties want to take that party home with them.
So you had cassette tapes?
Yeah, that's when the cassette tapes. And then we color coded them. People would be out like, "Man, I'll let you keep my red one. You let me keep your yellow one." Or hey, did you get the new one? He just came out with a red one. He got a red one out. So people start calling them. They didn't even know that. There's some people right to this day who got them tapes. You can't tell them the name of the tapes. They'll be like, I'll be like, "Oh, you talking about my Low End Madness?" I don't know nothing about no Low End Madness. I'm talking about the red one.
They know the tapes.
I be looking at people like, "Look on the tape." Like, you know what I'm saying? People like, "No, the red one." And then I had that green one. I'll be like, I had 2 color green ones. The dark green one, not the light green one, the dark green one.
Hey, how much was them tapes costing to press up though?
Oh, back then, we had a guy named Jordan from AVT. He would give them to us on consignment. Like, he'll be like, "Here's a box." And then he'll say, "Bring me back XYZ on the box," and just go sling them. So he was like basically giving us the new dope packs. Here you go.
Oh, wow.
It was love. It was, we was able to eat, feed our families. It was the new hustle. It was a new crack game for us. We ain't got to sell no drugs. We just gonna sell these mixtapes. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's crazy. You been through it all. So you picking digital over analog?
No, I like analog.
So you like the hard work?
If I could get those records into the party on vinyl without having to do all that work, then yes, I would pick vinyl over analog any day. Over digital any day. Because here's what happened with digital. Digital started making people who wasn't DJs think they DJs. Like,
that's what digital did.
Everybody's a DJ now. Now, if it had been where you had to buy 2 of every record and you had to know what you're doing.
This shit crazy. I don't know where the filter's coming from on your side.
I think I don't know what that is. But
that shit
you had to have 2
though.
of every record, and then you had to know where to go get the records. Then you had to sit and listen to the records to know where to blend at and everything. It ain't none of that going on no more. You know what I'm saying? So
it's just easy. I saw a nigga DJing on the phone, man.
Yeah, I see somebody with 2 iPods, and I was like, he DJing with those? They was like, yeah, he selecting the songs from the iPods, and was
So
getting
what you think about like this was a big issue, man? What you think about like niggas getting $250 to DJ like 4 hours? That was an issue. But like you just said, it's easier because you could do it from a phone and iPad. So do you think that's worth it if you could do it easier?
I tell people like this. Let me make sure I say this correctly.
Yeah, take
Everybody
your
got to
time,
feed
boss.
everybody got to feed their family,
Yeah.
right? So, and then a lot of people don't DJ for a life. It's not their life. A lot of these DJs who want to charge 150, 250, whatever, if you go and do your research, 9 times out of 10, they got a real job. They
Oh, it
they
ain't
DJ on the side.
on the
So
side, yeah.
an extra $250 for them may not be nothing to you, but it's gravy to them. They just got their taxes back. The taxes that they took out of their check, he just earned it back just by going to do a little graduation. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I always
So
look at
yeah,
people
I
like,
get that.
stick to what it is that you know. Like if people gonna pay for what they want, if they saying, man, Sluggo's a better DJ than dude, but dude only want 250, it's gonna be somebody in the corner say, man, he want 250, but he ain't as good as Sluggo, and I want a party. So what's Sluggo charging? Sluggo want 500. Well, I'm gonna put the other 250 up. We don't want dude. You feel what I'm saying? So
Yeah, because that's how it
it's
was when we did one of my artists. He booked out a club at Gary. We paid you to come DJ. I think it was
yeah,
like an
people,
hour, 2 hours.
yeah, people pay for what they want. You know what I mean? And then some people is like they just can't afford you, so they go
Yeah,
get
because the
somebody
owner
that's
was like, it was so crazy because the owner, my artist, Baby J, shouts out Baby J. He he did the show in Gary, and dude, like, cause we in Milwaukee, Gary somewhere in the middle, and then we got Chicago. He gave me like 4 DJs, and guess whose name was on there? Your name was on there, dog.
yeah, that's crazy.
He texted me 4 DJs. He said these are the top DJs, and your name was on there. I forgot the rest, but your name stuck out because you my cousin. It was like,
Right.
I said, man, that's my cousin. And dude was just looking like, man, that's your cousin, bro. I said, that's my blood cousin. And then I'm like, it was just crazy because your name was on there. Like, I thought,
Man.
so that means your name just went century to century to century that you still doing it. Like, how you feel about being able to have this longevity and people still like requesting you? That got to be, because you got to think these are kids in the club now. These
Here's
ain't the
what
people who you did the parties for. These are a whole new wave of people.
his people just got to learn how to stay relevant. Like you got to change with times. Like I watch the trends, I watch the changes, and you got to have the skill with it. You understand what I'm saying? Like when technology change, you got to change with technology. You know what I'm saying? So if they go
Yeah,
from the turntables to the CDJs, then to the controllers, you got to know how to operate them all. Cause I've had guys go to clubs with me and they be like, man, they got CDJs. I be like, yeah, I know how to use those. And they be like, man, I don't know how to play on, I don't know how to play on those. But then you ain't gonna be able to do your set. Cause this is all they got. You feel what I'm saying?
oh
So it's
well,
like
in the club that you ain't that you had
the
they had
club
their
ain't
own
changing
equipment.
the club ain't changing their equipment. They ain't finna let you unplug nothing to plug nothing in. If you can't play on that, then you ain't playing because we're not unplugging our equipment. All our DJs that come to this club play on that. You don't know how to play on that yet? Well, you not playing. You know
And
what I'm
that's
saying?
really like you said, DJing is your life. That's really like honoring your craft. You got to be able to like
Any equipment.
move
When I walk in a room and I
exactly.
see equipment, they be like, "You cool? You know?" I know it's kind of. They'll either be like, "It's old" or "It's super new," and I'd be like, "Majority of the equipment got the same functionalities. Y'all just
Exactly.
enhanced it a little bit, or this just old as hell. But old shit, I'm cool with because I'm from back in them days. The new shit, I'm saying, all right, let me figure out some buttons. But it also comes with getting there early too. This is what people you be thinking you're gonna come in. Your set is at 10, you get there at 9:30 and then don't know the equipment. But if you just came there, if you came there earlier and did sound check and went through sound check and they could have showed you the functionality of the equipment, you'd be good. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I think my longevity is being able to change with times. Like,
yeah.
And then I'm super consistent. I make sure every year, when everything changed, I'm changing with the year. If it's 23, I can't go back to 23. There's some 24 shit going on. I need to figure out what's going on in 24 and be a part of what's going on in 2024.
24. That's going to allow you to keep getting that money.
Yeah,
and that means you love your craft. That means you love your craft.
If you don't love what you do, then don't do it. You gotta love what you do in order to be prosperous in what you're doing. That's the only way it's gonna work. Yeah. I got my next album is called, if you go on my SoundCloud, you'll see my next album is called Longevity.
Wow. Legacy. Yeah. And we coming into the lighter stages of the interview. I appreciate you. We like an hour and 30 minutes. I appreciate this big for me. But let's get into the lighter stages of the interview. Do you plan film or documentary on your life? I think I suggested this to you before too.
Yeah, you said.
But
so I got
a book, any books, documentary.
I got two people that's been on me, like been on my heels. This young lady named Melinda, me and her already sat down, and the book coming. Because me and her, she just published her book. She knows how to go through all the ins and outs. And she gonna sit down and interview me when she get through writing the rest of these little questions, and then we're gonna turn the interview into a book. So she gonna
do that. You gonna make it audio too?
I don't know how she planned on doing it.
I
would hope she would be able to. I'm gonna sit down and just do the interview.
Yeah.
And let her write from there and then read what she wrote. And if it's kosher, boom, we gone. And then on the filming side, I got a few guys who've been approaching me on the filming side. Here's the reason I don't want to do. Here's the reason I was hesitant about doing film and doing the book. It's a lot of stuff in my past of things I experienced and people, in my past that I don't even like. If I tell the story, I want to be able to tell the whole story.
Yeah, I think you told me this when I asked you.
It's a lot of stuff that I just don't want to talk about. You feel what I'm saying? It's a lot of people that got hurt, situations that happened. I just don't, and I know they're gonna ask these questions. I know particular things, and I'm like, I don't know. I'll let y'all tell the story when I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? But I've talked to enough people and put out enough information where when I'm gone, they're gonna be able to put it together. You know what I'm saying?
Put it together,
yeah. So I'm gonna do a lightweight book with her, and then I got this one guy shooting this light touch documentary where I'm gonna give them from 2000 to now. You know what I'm saying?
Because you already did a movie, right? But it was just strictly on the
it was a
ghetto house.
The juke shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but now I'm gonna give them the life story on what led me to where I'm at, how I got here, how I'm doing this, how I'm doing that.
I'm glad that I was able to dip in and get an interview from your ass.
It's gonna be all right. I'm gonna do something all right where people gonna be like, no, that's dope. That's dope. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been here. Come in 13 days, I'll be 56 years old. So I got.
You're gonna be out here too. I can't wait to link with you. We pulling up.
I'm finna come out there and celebrate because the crazy part about it is all of my homies and my buddies and stuff. I didn't even know that I had that many buddies in LA, like as far as like Chicago people. I knew I had a lot of people that I rock with in LA, but I didn't know it was that many Chicago people. Like, oh, I'm finna pull up. And it's your birthday. You know what I'm saying? So it's just gonna be a good time. Like, I just seeing familiar faces and having a good time. It's just gonna be a good time, man.
I just talked to DJ Fest too. He told me that he gonna be out here doing that.
He planned the after party. Yeah,
that's what he told me. I'm like, we gonna already be there.
It's just gonna be a good day, man. It's just a good time, And I don't really celebrate birthdays.
Yeah, you don't celebrate or go to funerals.
Yeah, or go. So they was like, man, we already got you planned. Because when her and her company booked me, they were like, hey, hold on. your birthday is 4 days after the event? And I'm like, yeah. And they were like, come on, fuck, let's celebrate. And I'm like, I don't really do. They was like, come on, let us honor you and do a celebration for your birthday. All you got to do is fucking show up and just play like you was going to play anyway. We'll do the celebrating. I was like, all right, fuck it. Okay, cool. Because they wanted to put it on the flyer. They wanted to put it on the flyer. And I was like, yeah, go ahead. Fuck it. I don't care. Go ahead.
That's big. That's big.
And
We
it was
most
like, do you
definitely
care about us telling people your age? I was like, I don't. Shit. I always tell the young motherfuckers, reach my age. Shit. Nigga, I'm glad I'm still here. With all the shit I'm glad I'm able to be able to say I'm this age. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly. Most people don't make it. I know you probably lost a lot of people on your journey.
Man, I just lost 2 of my homies. I just lost 2 of the guys who I came in the game with. And people used to call us the Big Three. You know what I'm saying? So it was Dion, DJ Funk, and me. Both of them gone. I just lost Funk. Dion was gone first. And then a couple of years later, Funk he just died this year. He died earlier this year. So
that let you know you could like keep living through that and keep keeping their name alive.
Yeah, I gotta keep their name. Wait till you see my new album. My new album, people gonna be like, whoa.
I got all your vinyls in the thing. So I got everything. You gotta send me the last 2 though.
These 2?
The last 2. I got mine signed.
You don't got this one, right?
Nope.
And you don't got. Well, let me put them on the side anyway, so I can send it to you. Just send me your address and shit. You got this one?
No, I think that's the cover I did. Is that no? Somebody else did. Wait, which cover I did? I think I did.
You didn't do this one. You did.
You know what I did? I did some motion art for that.
Yeah, you did the motion. So you don't got that one?
I ain't got that one.
All right, let me see. Hold on. Do you got what's the one that came right before that?
I think I got all the ones that came before that.
You don't got this one. This one just came out.
Nope, I ain't got that one neither. Nope.
And you don't got.
I need all mine signed though.
I'm gonna say
I got a collection.
And you don't got
this. I know how much you meant to the game. Nope, I ain't got that one either. That look like the same one. Is that the one that you did the pop-up shop at the mom and pop store where all them people was there, where you signed the CD? That one.
Oh no, that was the Ghetto House Volume 1. I think I sent you.
What you think about like not having a lot of mom and pop stores no more?
I think they killed the game with that. Like I was one of the people who personally depended on mom and pop stores.
Yeah.
It's too mainstream for me now. Like I used to like going to the mom and pop stores. It was more personal. You know what I'm saying?
You
like,
connected.
You get to meet the people in the neighborhoods, and the store been there for 30 years and stuff like that. So I think they
Did you ever have one at George Music Room?
Yeah, George.
Plenty of mine.
Listen, George, when George see me, it's like George is one of the only, it's only a few people who I sit and shut up. When George comes in the room, I'm instantly quiet and I'm listening. George has so much music knowledge that it's ridiculous. He's one of the people who comes in the room and I instantly get silent. And
that's for y'all who don't know, that's a legendary mom pop story.
Yeah. George
Chicago. You know how rappers rap about it and everything.
Yeah, George is epic, bro. When he talking,
you listen.
You listen. George.
That's how I am with you though.
I've learned a lot. I've learned so much game from George. Like, man, so much game. George is one of the first people to show me how to make the music into an entity. Like, I see you hustling the tapes, I see you hustling albums, whatever. But let me tell you how to turn that into a business. And I was like, yeah, okay. He was the first person who told me, don't bring me nothing else that ain't got no barcode on it. I was like, what?
You think about barcode?
Then I'm one of those hood nigga. This shit sell. What you talking about? He's like, yeah, but I can't scan it. And I'm like, what you need to scan it for? I give it to you. You sell it to them, and then you give me my cut, and you take your cut. He was like, yeah, but how can I track? So if some record label comes and asks me, how many CDs does Slugo sell? I was like, why does that matter? He was like, because if they ever wanted to give you some money and give you a deal, I need to be able to tell them, no, he's selling 200 of them out here weekly. And that's when Cardboard Booty came.
Wow. And you had a barcode on there.
Yeah, he challenged me like, all right, you don't want no money. You can't, if you ain't gonna get no barcode. I came back a month later and said, oh, that's what I'm talking about. That's why I love talking to you. And I was like, yeah, barcode me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's tight, because he a legend of Chicago.
George's is the reason I went and got a barcode.
Yeah.
George is legendary, man.
Okay, let me get into these last three, man.
All right.
You love Chicago. Tell the people, what does Chicago mean to you? Like, Chicago.
Everything. Okay, so I'm gonna just put it in simple words, make it short and sweet. Everything about my music, me as a human being, my character, my train of thought, like the way I think about things, the way I maneuver in the world, all came from being raised in the city of Chicago. And like a lot of people don't even know, I was born out west and raised out south. So like,
because everybody think you from the south side. That's
the great part. I'm from the south. I was a shorty when I came. So I am from the south side, but I was born out west. I was born on Maple Street. And I didn't know that until I got my birth certificate and paid attention to my birth certificate. Was like, Maple? I asked my mama, like, you lived on Maple? She was like, yeah, for years. And then when y'all came and I started having kids, when you were born, I got 2 kids now. She said, I found a better situation in the Robert Taylor homes and moved to the projects.
Wow. And so Chicago is everything to you.
Both sides. I'm from both sides. So yeah, Chicago, everything, man. Like, and then it's like, I know how impactful Chicago is because of the places I've been to. And when I say I'm from Chicago, everybody's demeanor changes. It's like, it's automatic mutual respect. You know what I'm saying?
That's how it is out here too. When I tell people I was born in Chicago, Chicago people is respected everywhere.
They be looking like, damn, you from Chicago. Then a lot of them be fascinated. Like when I'm out the country, wait a minute, you grew up on the south side of Chicago? What? Oh, hold on, cuz.
This is legendary, man. This is second episode of One-on-One with Big Rick, and we got a legend, DJ Slugo, man. This been a good one. I hope y'all gonna enjoy this. I hope y'all gonna share it, but he done gave a lot of knowledge and gave a lot of perspective on Chicago. Go ahead, what you done did?
I had food in the oven and about to burn it up.
You done burnt your shit up.
No, I didn't burn it. It didn't burn. Yeah, so yeah, man.
But,
Chicago.
What do you hope? Chicago, everything to you. We know that you ain't even want to leave the city. I had you a nice room set up and everything. What you hope? What do you hope your legacy will be? Then I'm getting to the last one.
As far as my legacy, I hope that what I want people to get from it is, he was a hard worker, and everything he did, hard work, why it paid off. You know what I'm saying? So take because, okay, for instance, like I'm getting a lot of my stuff that I didn't have in order because 2 of my associates passed, and people have been doing everything under the sun with their music and their legacy. Like, just, it's horrible, the stuff that's happening in them. So, man, for me, I want to make sure.
Speaking on the DJ, your 2 part, the big homies. 3? Okay.
So, people sampling their music with no consequences. People are not paying them for the records that they did with them with no consequences. So, I just want to make sure that when it goes down into the history of what we had going on, everybody knows, like, hey, you know, he did his thing. He put a lot of music. Like, that's why I continue to keep putting out so much music. Like, even when I'm gone, all that music gonna still be around. That sound
exactly.
So when you hear something 20 years and somebody samples it, they're gonna be like, No, we know exactly who made that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got that from blah, blah, blah. That's from Chicago. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I want my legacy to be like. You know what I'm saying? People saying he put in that good work. And then my family is able to eat off my work from 20, 30 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
my grandsons is able to, I don't want to work because my granddaddy made sure I didn't have to. You know what I'm saying? So, you know.
Yeah, that's big.
Yeah.
Okay, any final words that you got for your fans? Any music? You already said you got music coming out.
Yeah, I got
you
the
got more
longevity.
music coming out. But any final words of your fans? I'm gonna have your Instagram and all that at the end of the video so they can follow you everywhere. But what's the final words for your fans?
Support your people while they're alive. Don't wait till don't wait till people do pass away and then do GoFundMes and things like that. They wouldn't have to do a GoFundMe if you support them while they're alive. You know what I'm saying? So don't wait for, if you're a fan of somebody, a friend of somebody, or somebody that just love the music or the talent that they do, support them while they're alive. Don't wait till they die to support them. And then also, I was at an event and the word inclusivity and diversity came up. So make sure y'all stand on that. Like, make sure you include it, and then everything in the music thing is diverse. Like, don't make it one-sided. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I know a lot of creators of different sounds who don't get the credit for what they done. And it's a lot of people eating off other people's work. You know what I'm saying? So that's not fair. Like, be fair, and support your people while they're alive. You know what I'm saying? Don't wait till they die and be like, oh my God, he was so great.
That's how it be. But yeah, because I appreciate you for stopping through, man. My second episode of One-on-One with Big Rick. We got the legend, the myth, the icon, my big cousin, DJ Slugo. We appreciate you, man. And
yes, sir.
Till we talk again, love you, cuz.
I love you, cuz.
All right, I'll see you.
Okay, I'm gonna go watch the game.
That was the legend. That was the legend, man. Like, I appreciate all y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all like, subscribe. Make sure y'all comment. And we're going to keep going up. Appreciate my guest this week, DJ Slugo. I love you, and we out of here, man. Peace.
Come to a label and I want the executives dancing in the videos and all on the records. Take that. Come to DJ Rick.
This face belongs on the tissues.